So I recently did exactly what I hate doing. A subscriber sent me to a link to a video, and they started the video off by saying, I know you don't like watching YouTube videos and you ask people not to send links, but... And I said, you know what? Let me take a look at it. And what I ended up doing was watching well over an hour of information that myself and 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶 put out on weekly live streams on my YouTube channel in 2016. And this is it right here. It's by a BitChute. It's by a dude called Remnant Ministry. Now, traditionally, I don't follow channels that call themselves ministries. I don't think you can do that. You shouldn't do that. And when people say, thank you for your ministry, Richie, I always rectify it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I sat here and I watched this video, and I was even moved to comment. And I said simply, you might want to make this video a lot short. If you recall, back in 2016 when 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶 and I were live, I figured out the 𝗔𝗽𝗿 was nothing more than a router to the other side. I think you're onto something here, but this is too long. Make a shorter video, more to the point. And then he replied, I did make a shorter video and get to the point. I can link it here. And then I watched this video, and this video showed me absolutely nothing except introducing words that this person uses, like black holes, which are absolutely, completely not real, proven, or available when you live under a firmament. You see what I'm saying? Black holes were theories, and just like everything else, like the Big Bang and evolution, they suddenly became fact because they said it was. You see what I'm saying? My other issue with this young fella is he's a computer guy who also calls himself a ministry. Okay, but here's the deal. When you're basing everything that you think and put into videos for other people to ingest and think about, etc., etc., and you're reading Cern's white papers, you know, the information that they put out there for people like us to see, yeah, you're on the wrong road. That's why I dropped 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶, because everything he was saying was based off of what Cern's white papers say. These people know that we watch. Cern has had to literally answer me by name in 3 separate newspaper articles about the human sacrifice, mock or not, that happened directly in front of the statue Shiva. So I've got some background with them. They know who I am. They know who 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶 is. And after this video, they might know who this dude is as well. But reading their white papers and drawing your conclusions from that is terrible. That's information they're putting out for public consumption. If you can see it, I'm talking anything. The government, the military, the Illuminati, anybody putting out information like this and you're reading it, you need to use incredible discernment. You can't just base your opinion off of the white papers they put out. They know that you see it. Do you see what I'm saying? Period. And then this person said something, you got to know I was horribly disappointed about your April 8th predictions. Not disappointed they didn't happen, but disappointed that you are date setting. Yeah, date setting. And I retorted, I said, yeah, date setting. And I retorted, I said, really, pointing out everything that they were doing on the April 8th is date setting in any type of biblical way, them pulling the power on the 8th, well, yeah. I would call it like they sell it. And this is the video he's referring to, where at the very, very end, I mean, here's the title. Monday will either be the end, and I was completely and totally, and I was very, very specific that I believed they were going to try to pull the internet and the power. I never said it was the end of the earth or anything to that effect. I've never said that. Either way, it's bad. You see what I mean? Either way, it's bad. So this little fella's videos just keep going on and on and on and on, talking about Cern as a life form. Cern is a machine built by who knows, because nobody knows when this thing was built. No one ever heard of it. And, you know, the first time they ever built this machine, it works perfectly. Cern is a machine to harness power using D-Wave and other quantum computers and other technology like ITER that we don't even know about, that we've been talking about for almost 10 years. And while I'm talking about my familiarity with Cern, let me show you one of a ton of pictures that a subscriber that works at Cern sent me years ago. I think I've shown these before, but I'm not exactly positive. But I mean, the dude works there. So I've had a few insights here and there. I don't think this person is involved with CERN anymore at all, one way or the other, because I haven't heard from them ever again. But they sent me a bunch of pictures. This was a zip file. These were separate pictures, and I lost them on my laptop because this was back in 2017 or something like that. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I've had a lot of inside info from CERN. I've had dealings with CERN, and I just got to say that this ministry dude is not hitting it on the head. But what really got me when he was highly disappointed that I was date setting. I've never ever once even said it's the end of the world. I get accused of that all the time. The end of Christians? Hell yeah. People that are really, really trying to spread the truth. This dude had the nerve to call out other channels because they're making the truth community look bad. Yeah, let me tell you what, if you're actually, or you've ever been in the truth community for any length of time, you look bad. That's what it is, because you're getting information from people that are perpetrating these crimes upon humanity, and you're trying to make sense out of them and warn others without completely losing the plot. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, 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 very difficult to do. But on that, I'll digress. CERN isn't going to make a black hole. CERN is going to try to tear the veil from the bottom up, doing the exact opposite, as above, so below, as God did when Jesus gave up the ghost. He tore the veil from the sky to the earth. Well, CERN's trying to do it the other way around. They've always have been. That's what they do. That's their cup of tea. Is what it is. And for all, I know this is going to make people really sad, but there is no rapture. There is no such thing. There is no rapture. God let Jesus go through this entire life cycle from birth to death as a mortal and didn't spare him. He's not going to spare us. And none of us, even if we name ourselves ministries, I mean, especially if we name ourselves ministries, probably, we don't deserve to be raptured out of here. None of us are saints. I don't even know if saints are a real thing. I don't even know if anybody ever walked this earth believing as God prescribed. That's just my opinion, but what do I know? I do think he was onto something when he used part of the movie The Matrix to show the AI taking over, but that only works when you've taken the mRNA vaccine. Seriously, in my opinion. And the weird thing is about calling somebody a date setter when they're telling people, hey, look at all this information that they have put out here. All of this information, all these events, all these things that have happened, all the words that were said, all the warnings that were given, all the states of emergencies that occurred, so forth, so on, and blah, blah, blah. My warning was, be ready if they pull the power or the internet. And if they do, this is what you should do. And yet this fella says that he was afraid that CERN was going to actually release Lucifer on the 8th. Is that the pot calling the kettle black? I'm just saying, because it pisses me off that I watched an hour and 20 minutes worth of videos and learned absolutely nothing. All I heard was stuff that we were saying, and then somebody just saying, well, I used to be a computer guy. Well, here's the funny story. CERN, way back in the very, 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 very beginning, and D-Wave, way back in the very, very beginning, they hired all the best computer guys to build the quantum computer. And they fired all of them because computer guys don't know how to build a quantum computer, because a quantum computer is a router. It's an internet connection to the other side. It gives them 24/7 high-speed, no buffering internet so they can talk to fallen entities. CERN is the device in which to bring it forth. Tear the veil, rip the veil, which is why CERN and ITER are paired up. There's a reason they needed a machine like ITER that allegedly has the power of a neutron star to be built directly, perfectly straight in line with CERN to give it the power. Nobody ever talks about ITER. I've been telling you about ITER for 8 or 9 years now, and trying to get any information on ITER is next to impossible, because this is the real problem right here. This is the star that they're building on Earth. You see what I'm saying? This will power CERN to the point where it's able to literally tear the veil. Now, on the 9th of April, I didn't want to do this. Let me jump in real quick. Knowing what I know now about them claiming they have a machine that can cause an eclipse on a literal daily basis, that would explain this strange indenture around the sun. You see what I mean? Because this remained the entire time I was filming completely. So I find that strange, but that's all I wanted to say. Whatever. I had to go there and see this for myself. And I'm glad I did, because the entire time I was there, there was no moon. And many people have come across and come to the same conclusion, that there was absolutely no moon in the sky. So what was causing this eclipse? The eclipse was apparently man-made, or something to that effect, or something supernatural that we don't even understand. I look really smart right there, don't I? Like I'm really thinking up a good idea. And by the way, I paid extra in the hotel room for internet service. The internet absolutely sucks. I couldn't even open up an Instagram to show somebody something today. The internet's going out all over the place because they're slowly testing. They're slowly testing what it's going to look like and what the reactions are going to be, because they're doing this. They're doing this. What timetable? I don't know. Nobody knows. You seriously, I don't know how many times I've said that. I'm sorry that some people are horribly disappointed, but I don't ever recall setting a date anywhere, anytime. Warning of all hell breaking loose on the 8th of April. That's what a smart person does. That's what someone that's seen some things happen. That's somebody that's predicted things and watched them come to fruition. That's what you do. But then you tell them that nobody knows. But be ready. It's better to be ready and not need it than need it and not be ready. Do you see what I'm saying? I just said that wrong, but whatever. At any rate, the entire time I was there filming the eclipse, there was no moon in the sky whatsoever at all. There wasn't a moon 4 hours prior, 3 hours, 2 hours, and there was no moon in the sky at all afterwards, even though it was a new moon. And like I said in the last video, the dude that's putting up the video showing the moon at plus 50% full, there was a new moon on the 8th, so that's not accurate at all. That was a complete and utter hoax, like you'll find on the internet. People telling other people that look to them for information to be ready when these guys give you every single sign in the world that something bad's going to happen, or something bad could happen, or they're really trying hard to make something bad happen. Yeah, I'm going to tell them every time. But if you want to know anything about the Cern that you haven't already heard, I haven't heard anything new about Cern in years. So there, as they say, is that. I'm out.